and a very good morning, a very good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, for good people of this tube of ours. Hello. Today's video, everybody, I thought I would go over what guitars I have left at the end of 2018. I've recently had to sell quite a few guitars off for money issues and just, you know, ran short of money, so I needed to sell quite a lot of guitars off, which was not by choice. But, you know, in all fairness, some of them I wasn't playing as much as I should have been, so they have gone to better homes to be used, so that's cool, but I never really liked it. It's not very nice when you've got to sell something you don't want to sell, but you have to because, you know, this, that and the other. But, you know, I still have plenty, so shut your mouth, Dave. Anyway, moving along. So yes, so these are guitar. This is my little guitar collection as it stands at the end of 2018. Everybody, good gravy. The end of another year, end of an era. Okay, so yeah, so first guitar of the day. Let's start here. This is my Squire vintage modified Jaguar that I refinished in white. Refinished the headstock. So it's a matching headstock. It still says Squire. Jaguar underneath the white and the Fender logo I put on, but it was originally green. It was like surf green, but like you know, I didn't like that. I've always wanted a white Jaguar with a red tortoiseshell scratch plate and a matching headstock. I've always wanted one, and I've got one, and I love it to bits. It's all stock apart from the volume pot. The volume pot broke mid last year. I had to replace it. So other than that, the guitar is absolutely as it came. Oh, apart from the finish, obviously, and the bits I did to it. But yeah, other than that, it is. And it's a nitrocellulose finish I've put on it as well, and it's really, really thin. And it's starting to wear really nicely. Really starting to wear through, and it's really awesome. And this was my main guitar with my band Dukes Luda for the whole of last year. But I don't use it as much now, but I still love it to bits, and it's got this really awesome neck pickup. The neck pickup on this guitar is gorgeous. And gorgeous neck pickup sound, and then you get that really cool kind of classic kind of Jaguar, sorry, kind of quack and honk in the middle, which is also awesome. Then you get the bridge pickup, which is just kind of like John Frusciante's Around the World kind of sound. Yeah, kind of like that. And you can also turn the wah on and make it even more shrill. It's just a great guitar. So this guitar will never leave me. So at the end of 2018, I still have my Squire Jag. This guitar will never leave my side. If I have to get rid of this guitar, something's gone horrifically wrong. It's as simple as that. This is one of those guitars that I will have forever. Until I'm no longer here, this guitar will be mine. So yeah, so number one of the day is my Squire Jaguar. So yeah, love this guitar to bits. I still play it loads. It doesn't get a lot of live use anymore, but I still love picking it up. The neck on this thing is absolutely stunning. I love it to bits. Absolutely adore this guitar. And it sounds great, feels great, looks exactly how I want it to look. And it's starting to discolour as well. It's starting to go kind of like an off... Over the last like year or so, because it's nitrocellulose, it's started to go a bit yellow. And I like that very much. Okay, so yeah, number one, everybody. Let's get to number two now. Okie dokie, everybody. So, moving on. Next guitar, we'll stick with offsets. Yeah, what? Offsets. I'm confused. I don't know where I am. Anyway, hello. Yes, offsets, everybody. Let's stick with the offsets for the time being. Next guitar up is we have my Revelation thin line, and I adore this guitar. This is my go-to humbucker guitar. If I need humbuckers, this is the guitar I go for, and I am in love with this guitar. probably seen it hung here for a while now, and it's just, this is one of those guitars that when I got it, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this. It was actually Revelation who sent me this and said, oh, we think you'll like this. You know, try this out. And I was like, I don't really like thin lines. I don't like semi-hollow bodies with the F-hole. It's not really my kind of thing. But I said, you know, I love guitar, so yes, I will happily demo it. As soon as I played it, I was like, ooh. And the more I got to play it, the more I was like, I love this. I absolutely love this. And this was very, very kindly a gift to me from Revelation. They very, very kindly gifted me this guitar, and I am grateful every day for it because I love it to bits. This is, as I say, this is my go-to humbucker guitar because these Allen Entwistle humbuckers are just the humbucker sound I want. When I hear humbuckers, this is the sound. You know, it's big, fat, but really articulate, and you hear all the strings. When you crank distortion on, it's even bigger. It's just cool, and you got a coil tap as well, so you can get those kind of pseudo single coil things. And then just go back to humbucker. So yes, this is my this is another guitar that will never leave my side. It's my go-to humbucker guitar, and I love it to bits. I love a Fiesta Red. It did originally come with a kind of a tortoise shell kind of scratch plate like my Jaguar, but I wanted a white one, so I just basically went to local DIY shop and got this kind of like white sticky vinyl stuff, and just put this white sticky vinyl over the scratch plate, cut it out, so it's got a white scratch plate now, and I like it more. I really like it. It looks like a sweet. It looks like an old sweet, and I like it. But and also, I've staggered the pole pieces. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Get it a bit closer. So I've wound those pole pieces up to kind of like, they're kind of like in a curve with the thing. But this is gorgeous guitar. So yes, Revelation, the thin line, is still with me. So I will quickly mention, I no longer own the Quad. The Quad was unfortunately one of those guitars that I had to say, it was a choice between the Quad or this, and I can't part with this. I love the Quad to bits, but this is just, there's something in this that the Quad didn't have. You know, there is something in this guitar, and again, it's a feel thing. I don't know exactly what it is or why, but this had something that I couldn't lose. So, unfortunately, the Quad has gone, everybody. So, and it was very, very hard to sell that guitar. But I've sold it to a very good friend of mine who's going to play it, and he's going to use it, and he's going to, you know, he's going to look after it, which makes me happy to know that the guitar's going to get that good, is going to go and get looked after. So, moving along. Next guitar. Let's get to that one, shall we? Okay. So, next up, let's get that in the light. That might be a bit too much light, but it's my Gretsch Electromatic Gold Top. This is a guitar that I have lusted after, literally, for about, I don't know how many years, but I've always wanted a gold top Gretsch. I used to own a 1957 gold top reissue Les Paul, Gibson one. It was an R7. But that, again, a lot like some of the guitars I've had to sell recently because of money issues and not being able to afford, you know, not being able to live. They have to, unfortunately, go, and it's never easy. But this one came up, and it was ridiculously cheap because it was in a state. You know, it didn't play. The neck was like a wave. It was terrible. the Bigsby was in a mess, the electrics were in a mess. The guitar was hanging on by a thread, basically, which is why it was so cheap, and luckily that's why I could afford it. Because I couldn't afford a brand new one, and that was always dead depressing, because I always wanted one of these. I never really wanted a... As much as I love Gibson Les Paul gold tops, dart backs, it has to be a dart back if it's a gold top to me. I always wanted a Gretsch more. I don't know why, and I really wanted one of these. I wanted one of the Electromatics, and I tried one. It was a double cut years ago, and from that point on, I was like, I wanted one. I actually started to save up for one, but then things got in the way, and that saving had to stop. And then when this one came up in the second-hand shop, which I frequent, I was like, I'm having it. It's ridiculously cheap, and I'm having it. And I just spent... It's still not 100%, this guitar. It's still... It's had a real hard life, and it's still trying to figure itself out, and I'm still working with it. It's still not quite right. It's all stock, apart from a bridge. I've recently replaced the original bridge with a roller bridge that my friend Richard gave me, so it just makes it better for when you're using the Bigsby. It stays in tune better. But it's got a gorgeous sound to it. It's got that kind of John Frusciante Gretsch. It's got that kind of thing, and then the neck is just... just ridiculously warm. Then you can do, the neck is gorgeous when you really overdrive it. When you go to a bridge pickup, it does kind of AC/DC. Yeah, that kind of thing. So yes, next on the list, I have this Gretsch Gold Top. This is another guitar that, if I ever have to sell it, something's gone wrong. So yeah, it's quite heavy actually. It's a lot heavier than the other ones. It's a bit of a shock. But yeah, I love it to bits. I love the Bigsby. It's really nice for those kind of like just those shimmery... You know, not crazy dive bombs, but nice for kind of like, I'd say, just that kind of Dave Gilmour thing. Especially when you add like loads of reverb and delay on stuff. It's just really... But like I said, I'm still working on it. It's still not 100% this guitar. It'll probably never be 100% again because of the life it's had. It's had a horrific life. It shows it as well. The back is all marked up. The front's got dents and everything all over it. So it's had a very hard life, this guitar. But I love it, and I will take care of it, and I will work at it till I no longer can. And yeah, I love it. So, guitar number 2. Let's stick with single cuts now. Let's go to another single cut. Okie dokie, next on the list of guitars I have left at the end of 2018 is my vintage Lemon Drop, everybody. Yes, I still have it. It is still here. I have a pickup covers off for good now. And it's very modified now, kind of, actually. The electrics are modified, the pickups aren't. The pickups are the stock pickups it came with. The selector switch is the one it came with. But I've got a master tone, a master volume, and a coil split. And that doesn't do anything. That's just there just to kind of keep up appearances, so to say. And also, I've replaced the original machine heads with some Grover tulip head machine heads. But this is the guitar that, if I want Les Paul, this is the guitar. Because as much as I love my thin line, my Revelation thin line, and my my Gretsch, they don't do that Les Paul thing. You know, that kind of thing, you know, and the Peter Green thing. You know, they don't do that, whereas this does. But I don't play it as much as I used to, I've got to say, but I still love it. And again, this is one of those guitars that I could never sell. I couldn't part with this guitar because it's become such a big part of me and my life, this guitar, I couldn't get rid of it. I couldn't sell it. I just could not sell this guitar. You wouldn't, you know, you couldn't pry it out of my cold, dead hand. For that reason. It just does the Les Paul Kossoff, Peter Green thing, Danny Kerwin thing, and that's why I love it. And you get to do that really cool vibrato with this, which is really weird. How it's really, you can't really do it on any other guitar. It never sounds the same on any other guitar. Play Joe's favourite riff. Oh. I've forgotten it. So yeah, this is my next guitar on the list. Like I say, if I want a Les Paul beef, those Slash dreams of old that young Dave had. Like, I want to be Slash. So yeah, this is my go-to if I want a Les Paul. Everyone needs some kind of like Les Paul thing. But this is a gorgeous guitar, and you got the Peter Green at a phase, which is awesome. So yes, this is next guitar on the list, everybody. My vintage Lemon Drop again. Guitar that I will never sell, will be with me for the rest of my life. I've lost the ability to talk. But predominantly original, but there are some modifications to it. Mainly electrics, machine heads. Even though the original machine heads are on a Hufner, you'll see in a bit, and they're perfectly fine. They hold tune really, awesome. There's nothing wrong with them. I don't know why. In all fairness, I don't actually understand why I changed them. Things you do when you don't think. I don't know. Can't put them back in now though, because I've drilled the hole bigger. Anyway, Oh no, I remember why I changed them. I changed them to have not the tulip head. A friend of mine sent me like the other silver, like the kidney bean shaped head machine heads, not the tulip heads, the other ones. Like Peter Green and his Les Paul, the other Grovers. I got sent some of them to put on this guitar, but I didn't like the look. I liked the tulip heads more. So yeah, after I drilled a hole for them ones, I couldn't put the originals back in. So I just I went and bought some of these and put these ones instead. That's why I did it. I'm glad I remembered, because I was about to think, why did I even do that? So anyway, moving along. So yes, guitar number whatever is my vintage Lemon Drop. I've lost count already. So yeah, Lemon Drop, gorgeous guitar. My Les Paul. This is my Les Paul. So to say. This is So yeah, moving along. Oh, I love this guitar. Oh, my friend. Next guitar along in the list is, technically this isn't mine actually, come to think of it. This is actually my cousin's, but it's been here so long that it has become kind of part of the house, so to say. This is a 1962 Hufner Very Thin, and this guitar has been in the house since I first started playing guitar. So I've had this guitar for... yeah, 16 years. This guitar's been around for 16 years. And it wasn't until the last couple of years we found out exactly the year of it, what it was, and, stuff like that. It's been heavily messed with, and it's amazing it still works, to be honest with you, because it's original pickups, original pots. Somebody's added a selector switch that was originally here, but I moved it there because every time you strummed, you knocked the select switch, and it was terrible. Original tailpiece has been replaced. Original bridge has been replaced. I put these are the machine heads off the vintage Lemon Drop on this guitar. What else has been replaced? Nothing. Apart from that. Oh, and the selector switch. Well, the selector switch is really old. I don't know. It's like a 70s selector switch. So tailpiece, bridge, machine heads are not original. Original frets. It has never been refretted, this guitar. Still plays relatively well, but it does fight you a little bit. But it does sound really cool, but the back pickup is just a bit ice picky. But the neck pickup for slide is just heavenly, really. This whole guitar for slide is it's made for it. I string it with gauge 9s though, because and also it doesn't turn off. That's volume all the way down. It doesn't actually turn off. But I string it with 9s just because it's very thin, as you can see. It's ridiculously thin, and because of that, I don't really want to put too much strain on the truss rod. The truss rod is kind of hanging in there. The actual fretboard is coming away a little bit around the 3rd fret. But it's stable. You know what I mean? There's no point kind of like, fixing it if it's not broken. So until then... It's wicked. It's absolutely wicked, this guitar is. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's got a nice flame maple back, but I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Probably not. I don't know. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got a flame maple back, but I've got a thing up here that will give me a cheat sheet. So yeah, it's well, apparently it's mahogany. I don't know if it is mahogany, but anyway, according to that, it is. But that neck pickup's amazing. I find myself very rarely using the bridge. Because it's okay, but it's a bit thin and waspy, whereas the neck pickup is just really... It's a blues guitarist dream. He does this when you put distortion on it though. It's just uncontrollable feedback, which is brilliant live because you have to wrestle it, which is always good. So yeah, Hufner very thin, everybody, from 1962. This is, like I say, this guitar's been with me my entire guitar playing life, 16 years. I've had this guitar lying around. And for a long time it didn't work, and then one day it just sprung back into life. I don't know. So yeah, next guitar. Let's move on from this gorgeous thing. Absolutely gorgeous thing this is. So, moving along. Double neck. Yes, I finally have a double neck and my shoulder is already going. I can't do... No, I'm gone! No, all joking aside, yes, no, this is my Gear for Music double neck. Yes, no, what was that about? Anyway, this is my Gear for Music double neck, everybody. I've always wanted a double neck, and I've always wanted a double neck Strat. It's killing me. But, this, and again, this is very, very kind. This is a gift from Gear for Music for me. And I'm very, very grateful, and I love it to bits, and it sounds cool. I love the 12 string. Oh, don't play that. You'll get killed. Can I play that? Coming for your job, Phil X. Yeah, I think your job's quite safe. I mean, look at me. Anyway, but yeah, I love it, and I love the ghosting effect as well. That whole thing of leaving the 12 string on, playing a 6 string. Anyway, and I say it just sounds great full stop, this guitar. I really love it. So yes, there we go, everybody. The Gear for Music double neck that I love. And if you've got one double neck in your life, everyone needs at least one double neck in their life, because they are practical, they do have a purpose. I mean, I've got plans to stick the 12 string in open C, and then keep the 6 string in standard. It's actually an 11 string, actually, because I get rid of the octave G string, because I hate it. So it's actually technically an 11 string. I nicked the idea from John Butler, but my idea, when I get round to it, is I'm going to tune the 11 string to open C and have the 6 string in standard, so it just gives me a bit more options of what I can do live. I've written a few songs that require that kind of double neck thing. So, but yeah. And it's surprisingly easy to play, but it does need restringing. But I'm putting it off. I bet you can't tell why. Anyway, before I get some kind of like shoulder displacement, my arm comes out of its socket, because it is ridiculously heavy, as all double necks are. Let's move on. Okie dokie, next on the list. Oh, this feels lighter. So much nicer. But I still love a double neck. It's worth the torture and the punishment, I tell you. Okay, so moving on. Next guitar is my Jimmy Strat. Do you reckon the Hendrix estate will get me, copyright flag me for playing a guitar that looks like Jimmy's? Probably. This guitar is just awesome. It's got Evil Sheep experience pickups in it, which are Evil Sheep's kind of like 68, I think they're kind of modelled on a 68 Strat. Just awesome. Yes, this guitar, again, this is not one of... Most of the guitars that I've got are guitars that I'll never get rid of, because they've either got real sentimental value, or they just do something that I love, you know what I mean? But this one's got a lot of sentimental value to me, and I love this guitar. I love it to bits. I don't play it a lot because it's quite awkward, but I still love it nonetheless. And it just sounds immense. These Evil Sheep pickups. Aha! Heaven in plastic casing. That neck pickup, I'm just not going to come off that neck pickup ever. Okay, so moving along. Next guitar. Okay, so next guitar is my vintage V6 Icon. I'm going to have to start motoring through these now, otherwise I'm not going to have enough time. But yeah, this is my... I don't play this anymore. I've kind of retired it for one reason or another. But I still love it, and every time I go back to play this guitar, it's like coming back to an old friend. And it just sounds meaty, really big. Love this guitar. Again, this is another guitar that I'll have forever. I've had it since 2013, and it will never leave me. Never leave me, this guitar. You're mine forever, mate. You're mine forever. Okay, moving along. Next guitar. Next guitar on the list, everybody. This is an Ibanez. It's a 1974 Ibanez Strat copy. It's a lawsuit model that I was very, very kindly given by my friend Carl. So this is the Carl Caster. He very, very kindly lent me it, and then he just said, you can have it, it's yours. So I was very grateful, very, very grateful for that, and I love it. And I've got it in open C. Well, it's open C, but the high E is not to E, it's to D. And it's just really nice. It's just really big sounding. And it's Devon Townsend's fault that I want to play in open C now. Can't get the stretch. This guitar is gorgeous. It needs a refret. It's a hard tail, everybody, so no tremolo, and I find myself going for a tremolo arm when it's not there. But it's heavy. It's a really heavy guitar, but it's absolutely gorgeous. The neck is to die for. It's got real... The relicing on the body is what I've done, but the relicing on the neck is real. That's all real. The person who owned this guitar from original loved this. This guitar has been played so much. The frets are totally flat. There is nothing left really of them. It rattles, and all the fingerwear and everything is just gone. The original Ibanez logo is gone as well, and they put a Fender logo on, but that's very old, and it's got 1970s Shaler machine heads on it as well. Somebody loved this guitar, and it's been routed totally. The cavity is totally hollow, so under the scratch plate it's totally hollow, so I don't know what they did to it originally, but they put it back to stock because these are original pickups, original pots, original selector switch. The saddles, I've replaced the saddles. The ones that came with it were rusted and knackered. I couldn't get the guitar instated. They were that rusted. They weren't the original saddles anyway, so I'm not really that bothered about that. But yeah, this is a gorgeous guitar, and I say because it's a hardtail, I've got it in open C, and it just sounds glorious. So yeah, moving on. Next guitar. Okay, everybody, next guitar. This is next to a guitar that will come next. This is the most special guitar I own. Next to my, the last four I'm going to do are special. The one I'm going to do after this one is on par with how special this guitar is. But this guitar is one of my most cherished guitars for one reason or another, and you all know why. This is my 1962 Fender Strat. Been refinished. One owner, my friend Malcolm, who originally owned this guitar, bought it from him. I wouldn't have got this guitar if it wasn't for you awesome, awesome, awesome people. It wouldn't have happened. You made this dream become a reality, because it was a dream. You know, since day dot of playing guitar and I found out John Frusciante's Strat was a 62, I wanted a 62, and I was like, it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Here we are. Yeah, I'm humbled every day by this guitar, because this is the best playing guitar I have. Even more so than my next one. This guitar is so easy and so comfortable to play, and it sounds so good. It's just unreal. It's out of this... It's just got something that certain old guitars have that we cannot put our finger on what it is or why it is, but certain old guitars have this thing to them, and this is one of them. Some of them don't, but some of them do, and this is one of them, especially for me. The neck is stunning. It plays stunning. The sound, these pickups are stunning. Everything about this guitar is amazing, and I am humbled, I am grateful every day for this guitar. And like I say, without you, this wouldn't have happened. So I am forever in your debt, people of the tube. Thank you so much. Words do not describe how grateful I am. It's almost pointless me saying it, because I just, you know, words don't come close to how grateful I am. Anyway, so yes, everybody, this is a guitar that will be with me forever. And when I'm no longer here, it will get passed down to somebody. And somebody said one thing a while ago is, in my lifetime, this guitar will reach 100 years old. It's 56 years old at this point in time. And it will reach 100 years old hopefully before I'm not here anymore. I'd like to see its 100th birthday, and it'd be very, very nice. And I will still have it if I'm still breathing at that point. It's just heaven. This guitar is heaven. Absolute heaven. So, moving along, everybody, before I start getting too emotional. Okie dokie, everybody, moving on to my next guitar in the list. This guitar makes me... I can't talk. This guitar makes me emotional as well, because this is my #1 guitar of all time. All my guitars I've got, this is my #1. Because this is the one I've spent most time playing, most time learning, most time with. You know, this guitar has been there and with me in the worst of times, basically. You know, lack of better words there. And it's basically the one reason why it's one of the reasons why I'm still here, this guitar. And that sounds silly to say, but it's true. And if people think that's silly, that's fine, but it's true. It's 100% true. This guitar kept me here when I didn't feel I had a reason to be here. Yeah. This guitar is... The neck is shaped to my hand now. I took all the lacquer off the back of the neck because it just felt better. This guitar, it's totally stock. It's had 2 refrets. It's on its 2nd refret. I've had it since 2004. I'm the only owner of this guitar. This guitar has never belonged to anyone but me, and will never belong to anybody but me. This guitar will come with me into the other world after I'm gone. But no, seriously, this is one guitar that, like, if somebody says you've got to get rid of all your guitars and you can only keep one, you know, tough luck. You know, we're gonna throw eggs at you for the rest of your life unless you get rid of all your guitars but one. This is the one I would keep forever, because it's my mate. This is my best friend. This is my best friend here. And that might sound a bit silly and a bit corny, a bit silly maybe, I don't know, but it really is. It's my best mate. I know literally every little foible about this guitar as well, and the fact that you can only bend the 15th fret up a certain way before it chokes out. You can bend it up to the note any further, it chokes out because of the vintage radius on the fretboard. And certain other little foibles it's got, like, you know, the fact of it, the tremolo arm, I broke the end off once, and all the wear on this is me. You know, all the play wear, all the missing bits of paint, all the chips, all the discoloration is all from gigging, all from its life with me. There's a dint in the headstock where I swung the guitar like that and smacked the microphone and it dinted the headstock. It's got a bent high E string machine head because I was balancing the guitar like that one time and it fell and landed on the machine and bent the machine head. We've got a lot of stories, me and this guitar. A lot of stories. And like I say, it's my best friend, and always will be my best friend, and it'll always be by my side, no matter what. So, I love this guitar more than words can say. Actually, this guitar means more to me than it just means so much to me. I can't think of the words. Actually, I'm stumbling my words. I bet you can't tell. But yeah, this is my mate, and it's a 2002 Mexican Fender 60s reissue. And it's all stock, apart from the frets. Other than that, everything's the same as it came. Oh, and a jack socket. The original jack socket died about a year ago. I had to replace the jack socket, so the jack socket's been replaced. But it's one of those things. If something needs replacing, I'll just replace it. So, because it's my workhorse guitar. Anyway, moving along, because I'll talk about this guitar for hours, and I won't get any other guitars in. I've still got more guitars to go, believe it or not. So. Moving along. Okie dokie, moving along. Everybody, the legendary Oswald Strat. This is one of my, again, cherished possessions because of the story of it and how I got it and how much I love this thing. It's just, I never thought in a million years I'd get somebody contacting me out of the blue saying, I want to build your guitar to your specs, what do you want? And when the guitar gets here, it's beyond your wildest dreams. I am one lucky git. It's just words don't describe this guitar, and I say it's got Evil Sheep 55 pickups now that were, again, custom made for me, which I have so many people that I'm forever grateful to. People of the Tube, you lot, Nick, Master Nick, Evil Sheep pickups, you know, there are so many people I'm so grateful to. Just words don't describe, but yeah, this guitar is gorgeous. All the wear, again, is from me. All the pick wear, all the arm wear that's starting to show up, all the wear on the back and the chips in the front. It's all from me. It's all from gigging. And I've been gigging this guitar constantly for the last, well, since I got it in 2017. It's my main guitar. This is my main gigging guitar, the Oswald. And yeah, it will be for a long, long time. I absolutely adore this thing so much. It's a great guitar. These pickups were so much better than the Seymour Duncan SSLs though. I had Seymour Duncan SSL 1s in this guitar originally, and they were okay, but these pickups absolutely outmatch them. These Evil Sheeps are wicked. Wicked pickups. Okay, so yeah, the Oswald John Strat, everybody. It was based on John's 55, and I always wanted a two-tone tobacco sunburst Strat, 50s Strat with 50 star Strat with a maple neck. And I couldn't have asked for a more gorgeous example of that. It's just stunning, this guitar is. And Master Nick, you're a genius, as the next guitar will prove. Okie dokie, here we are. Yes, the Nick Oswald Telecaster, everybody. I'm going to have to crack on because I've still got quite a few guitars to go. So, just quickly, best Telecaster in the world for me. And Nick, for this gift, again, I got gifted this one, the same as the John Strat. I can't thank you enough. I really can't. It's absolutely gorgeous. And this is my other main gigging guitar as well. I gig this alongside the Oswald John Strat. I gig both of them, and they're both kind of like my main gigging guitars now. So these two guitars come to me to every gig. And I just love this. I love this Telecaster, and it does... It sounds like I want it to sound. Anyway, I'm going to have to move on, everybody. I've still got more to go. Okie dokie, next guitar up, the John Frusciante Squire replica that I have done. This is originally a Squire. I've modded it to the max. It's got Nick Oswald's 62 pickups in it. Just awesome. Just an awesome guitar, this one. And I'm really, really happy with the way the relic job came out. It looks quite authentic. Not bad. Anyway, so yes, next guitar. Got to move on. Got to crack on now. I've got quite a few to do, and I want to get to my, my first ever guitars, and we ain't going to get time at this rate. So, move on, Dave. Okie dokie, so this guitar I actually missed out in my last guitar collection video because it was actually my friend James's, and because it was there, it wasn't here. I kind of forgot I had it in a kind of weird kind of way. But this is an orange. This is my orange Strat, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I've done quite a few videos with it. Recently added this red kind of tortoiseshell scratch plate to it. It's a proper Frankenstein. It's got a Wilkinson single coil in the neck, a Squire in the middle, and a Fender standard Mexican pickup in the bridge. And it's got a Mighty Mite neck. All the finish is nitrocellulose, and it's all checked and cracked. It does look amazing. Gold hardware, which is very bling for me, which I'm not normally a fan of, but it's really nice. And yeah, just an awesome guitar. Moving along. Okie dokie, we're on to the last 4 of my guitars. I do have 2 acoustics. I have a Hufner acoustic. It's just like a Dreadnought Martin kind of knockoff. And also my Echo Ranger 12-string acoustic. But I won't have time to show them as I'm out of breath as I'm running around getting all these guitars out. I need them all in one room. It'd be a lot easier. There hasn't been a room yet to take the job built to take the job on. Anyway, this is what I thought was my first Fender, as it's branded Fender. But it's not a Fender. This is a Squire. This is a 1989 E-Series Squire. And it was originally blue, but it got refinished black, and thank gravy, because the blue is horrific. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. There. It's on that tip. It's kind of starting to show through. But it was originally blue, but somebody refinished it in black, and it's just gorgeous. It's got a ridiculously skinny neck. You can see. And it's just an amazing guitar. It's a bit haggard. The electrics are haggard. The middle tone pot's broken. But I love it to bits, and it's just really, really awesome guitar. And this is my 4th ever guitar. If you don't count the Hufner, because technically the Hufner's not mine. It's just on kind of like, you know, I'm a custodian of a Hufner, so to say. But so this is my 4th ever guitar, and it's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, and I love it to bits. So on to my 3rd ever guitar, which is this one. My 3rd ever guitar is my Epiphone Les Paul, everybody. Bought this. My mum and dad bought me this for my birthday when I was 17 years old. Because I wanted a Les Paul. I wanted to be like Slash. I actually wanted a gold top, but then I saw this one and I thought that looks nicer, and I like this one more. And this became my main guitar for years, and it's just a gorgeous guitar. It's just a gorgeous guitar, and I love it immensely. And yeah, this is my 3rd ever guitar, and there's a lot of hours put into this guitar learning. I've sliced my thumb open. Learning Manic Street Preachers, Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith, all sorts of stuff. This guitar became my main guitar for about 2 years, until I got my white Strat in 2004. This was my main guitar. So I got my white Strat in 2004, March or April of 2004, and I got this guitar on my birthday in 2003. So it was about a year I had this guitar as my main guitar, and then I just fell in love with Stratocasters and never really looked back. So my 3rd ever guitar, everybody, Epiphone Les Paul, totally stock. I haven't done anything to this guitar, and again, it's one of those guitars like the Strat you just saw, the black Strat, that will be with me forever because of sentimental value. You know, more than anything. I don't play these guitars really anymore, but the sentimental value of these is through the roof. So, on to the last 2, everybody. My final 2. These are my 2nd ever guitar and my 1st ever guitar. Okie dokie, everybody. Final 2. This is my 2nd ever guitar. This is me and my brother's guitar, actually, because we went halves on it. This is a Squire Affinity. And this is where the obsession for Strat started. Then I got a Les Paul and it went away. And when I got my white Strat, it came back. But this is my 1st ever Strat, and we got it because it looks like John Frusciante's, and we got this in 2002, when I first started playing guitar. In the first year I started playing guitar, we got this guitar, and it was a friend of mine's. It was a friend of mine's brother's, and he didn't play it anymore, so he sold it to us. And it's absolutely brilliant. I'm knackered. I'm absolutely out of breath doing all this. This has been a very trying video, everybody, I've got to say. So yeah, it's a 1998 Squire, and it's just gorgeous. Recently, I had to replace the scratch plate. The original single ply one was starting to break, and it was discoloured, and it was getting really fragile. So I've recently replaced the scratch plate with just a better 3-ply one, a better quality one. But yep, another guitar that will never leave me for as long as I'm here. This guitar will be with me. It's my second ever guitar. A lot of hours put into this song, this guitar, learning songs from By the Way. On that neck pickup, through my PV Rage, and my Zoom 606 silver pedal, and this. A lot of hours. And yeah, I love this guitar. So this is my second ever guitar. This is my first ever Strat. And I adore it to bits. And I wanted it because it was like John Frusciante's. So back in 2002 when I first found him. So yeah, on to my first ever guitar. Final guitar of this video. I'm exhausted. Let's do this. Okay, this is my first ever guitar, everybody. The Washburn Maverick series. It's absolutely tiny. And it's really high. It's not supposed to be that high. And this is a guitar I learned to play on. Yeah, this is where it started, basically. This is the beginnings of my forays into electric guitar. And it's not in tune. I was going to play it, but it's not in tune. And but yeah, this is where it all started for me. And I bought the red Strat because I wanted to be like Billy Joe, and I used to have it really low and stuff like that. And it had a load of stickers on the back at one point, but it doesn't anymore. It had stickers on the front, not anymore. I took them all off. And I just love this guitar. Again, this is like just ridiculous. And I got this on my birthday in 2002. And this is my first ever guitar. And what a great guitar to learn on. It's so easy to play. The action's always so low. I always used to use gauge 9s on it. I still use gauge 9s on it. And it was just a perfect guitar to learn on. Because it's so tiny and so easy to play. That anything I couldn't get on the Squire, the Strat, I could get on this. So yeah, this is my first ever guitar, everybody. So yeah, that's it. That brings to an end 2018, and these are the guitars I have at the end of 2018. Yeah, it's been an awesome year. It's been an absolutely awesome year. It's been a crazy year, but I am missing a few guitars that I had to sell. But I wish I didn't have to sell that, like the Quad, for instance. I wish I didn't have to sell that, but needs must when it happens. And I do love my thin line more than the Quad. That guitar speaks to me more. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody, and I will see you again on Wednesday for a quick Q&A. It'll probably be the last Q&A before the new year now. Although I might do a live Q&A just after Christmas, maybe. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see what time brings, so to say. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. I just went and spat all over my first ever guitar. That's not cool. And yeah, I'll see you again very soon for another video. Have a great morning, afternoon, good evening. It's mad to look back on where you started. It really is. It's really cool. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. I still don't have enough guitars. That is all. Goodbye now.